How to start barefoot running. Shoes are supposed to protect our feet and improve performance, but evidence suggests that running barefoot uses 4% less energy than running with shoes on, and that people who run barefoot are less likely to get running-related injuries. Also, many running champions have won races and broken records barefoot: Abebe Bikila, Bruce Tulloh, Charlie Doc Robbins, Zola Budd, etc. If you're interested in making the transition to running barefoot, you may think it's just a matter of taking off your shoes. In reality, you may have picked up habits that aren't effective with barefoot running. This article will give some techniques that will help you to do it properly. Steps. 1. Start with 30 minutes of barefoot activity a day for 3-4 weeks. This will give your feet a chance to develop thicker skin for running at higher speeds and for longer times. Start by just walking, then jogging, then running, but limit the activity to 30 minutes a day at first. If you transition too quickly, you may develop plantar fasciitis. Walk for a few minutes to allow your feet to get familiar with the surface. Tarmac and concrete roads work well. Grass, unless finely manicured, does not work well as the surface can be uneven with clumps and roots. Bounce on your feet like a boxer. Repeat 3 times. This will relax your metatarsals and calves. Exercising your ankles and feet will help with the transition as well. See how to strengthen your ankles. 2. Make minimalist running shoes if it's cold outside, or you're concerned about your feet getting cut, but really it is best if you don't have to use these minimalist shoes. They are basically reinforced socks and you'll lose many of the sensations of barefoot running. You can also purchase minimalist running shoes that look much like gloves for your feet. They're not the same as ultralight running shoes, which have arch support and a padded heel. 3. Watch ahead, but don't look down. One of the most common doubts people have about barefoot running is, what about stepping on sharp stuff? And the most common answer is, use your eyes. That's what they're for. Scan the ground ahead of you for any sharp objects that you should avoid, but don't look down at the ground right in front of your feet. Not only is that bad form, but it doesn't give you enough time to smoothly avoid stepping on something. Even if you're wearing minimalist running shoes, you should still be aware of where your feet are going. Don't zone out like you do when wearing shoes. Practice mindfulness. 4. Pay attention to your form. Keep the head, neck, and back straight. No slouching. Lift the chest and allow the shoulders to relax. Keep your head high and keep looking forward. Relax your eye gaze to the horizon line. If you can't relax your eye gaze, then pick something in the distance to focus on and keep looking at it. Bend your knees a bit. You should feel your weight come off of your heels. Bend the knees about 4-5 degrees and lean forward 4-5 degrees. Keep the knees bent as much as you can. This will minimize the possibility of landing heel first. Push your hips forward gently. You should lead with your hips, not your head or shoulders. Counterbalance. Keep your hips rotating with your legs, and your shoulders in the opposite direction. Keep your feet under your center of balance. No wobbling side to side. 5. Take shorter strides. When people wear shoes with thick heels, they tend to lengthen their strides and land on their heels. When you're barefoot, however, you'll probably find yourself naturally taking smaller strides and landing on the outside middle or ball of your foot. This allows your foot to absorb shock better. 6. Lift your feet more quickly and earlier than regular running. You should be lifting your back foot before the front foot completely lands. 7. Don't stop abruptly, the way most do when they are wearing shoes. To stop, straighten the lean and straighten the knees, and you will naturally come to a stop. Tips. After running, your calves will need a bit of a massage as they get a workout. There should be no bruises or abrasions on your soles. If you have any abrasions, lean a little more, bend the knees a little more. Deep or soft sand is great for a tougher workout. Always stay hydrated when doing any exercise. Lawns or sandy beaches are good places to start practicing. Tarmac is a little harder on the feet, followed by gravel, and then pebbles. Consult your doctor before beginning any exercise program. When there is a lot of broken glass on the ground, slow down and switch from watching out for shards to watching out for clear spots where you can safely touch down. Warnings. Be very careful when choosing where to run barefoot. Do not choose any areas that you don't know well. Watch for sharp objects. It is preferable to run on tracks, indoor or outdoor, where the risk of injury to your feet is minimized. Avoid pebbled surfaces. It's easy to injure yourself even if you're already well practiced. Things. A safe place to run. Water to stay hydrated.